people. Hello, everybody. We are live, slightly late, but no later than normal, so that's all good. You can see my tray there, but never mind. It's all fine, isn't it? I hope you're all well and enjoying the extreme heat. I'm not. I'm not enjoying the heat at all, and I don't even feel. I'm always freezing cold, but it's just too hot. But they say that we'll moan when it's cold. I'm not sure I'm going to. But anyway, never mind. It's all good. I don't mind in the day so much. It's at night when you can't sleep. Can you not sleep, Angela, at night? You're going to tell me now you've got aircon or something, aren't you? No, she doesn't have aircon. So Angela's saying that her house is on the dark side. Her bedroom's on the dark side of the house, so she doesn't get the sun there. So that does help. I've just kept all the curtains closed in the whole house. It's like living in the dark constantly. It's all good. It's all good. It'll be over in a week, so we'll be fine. Hi, Tony. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Beverly. Hope everybody's okay. Hi, Nikki and Elysian. We've got some treats in store for you today. All sorts, to be honest, all sorts of weird and wonderful gemstones with lots of lovely inclusions. We've got lots of things going on. I'm half set up. No Polly today. She's away for this week. She's on a holiday. What kind of holiday thing? So yeah, no Polly. I don't quite know how I'm going to manage. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine without Polly. So we don't have a massive live with loads of stuff because obviously I'd have to manage that myself. So we're going to start with some things I found in India because they're really cool. So some India finds. Then we've got just trying to see what moving on to some of the quartz with hollandite beads. Then we've got my necklace. So how many people have asked me when I'm actually going to sell the necklace, but I do have some other versions of this and that's coming up. And then I've got some really cool, let me just try and roll back without knocking anything. Some really, really cool, massive pieces of quartz. I've got only a couple of these though. I'll just take that off there. Enormous citrine, look at that. The same in amethyst and some dinky citrines. Well, they're not that dinky actually. Another enormous amethyst. And then we're going to end with some Bramberg amethyst bracelets because they're awesome. So we've got loads of sort of weird and wonderful stuff. James says, what's happening to the China orders? The China orders are here. They're early. Everything is early. So Lisa is doing her utmost to get them out as soon as possible. So some people have received their China orders already, and we are doing our very best. There are hundreds and hundreds of orders in our system. I'll have a look how many. Yep. Hundreds. So poor Lisa is trying to get them out. So they will come out to you and they will definitely be within the time frame because we're well ahead of ourselves this time. Just seems too good to be true. Normally I'm in a blind panic, we're going to miss the deadline, but no, China are on it. They've done a good job, packaged it nicely. I think you're going to be really pleased. Everything's looking really, really good. So please be patient. Don't message Lisa unless you're absolutely desperate, because otherwise she'll spend all day dealing with messages and no time picking the orders. But she's confident they're going to come out to you in over the next couple of weeks. Beverly says, I love all my deliveries this week. Thank you, Beverly. That's good to know. Hi, Jill. How are you doing? Hi, Candy. How are you doing? Oh, I've missed loads of messages. Hi, Tracy. Can you see any messages? No. Oh, I've not got to Karen yet. I've got, who else have I got here? James. Hi, James. Hi, Nigel and Coral. Nice to see you. Hi, Catherine. I've got Rani in. Hi, Rani. It's all good. Everybody says they're well worth the wait. So it's all good. So it's going to be a bit of a different show because there's a mix and match of some things for people who make jewelry, some things for people who are just obsessed with gemstones, some things for people who love crystals. There's a little bit of everything in there. And I don't think it's going to be a really lengthy show, she says. I don't think it's going to be a really lengthy show. So I think you've just got to relax, sit back, get a glass of wine, put the fan on and go with it for the evening. Hi, Isabel. How are you doing? I've got Pete to get you a present from Calgary. Exciting for me. How exciting. Is that what it says? That it's a present for me? I've got Pete to get you a present. Oh, I like presents. So thank you very much in advance for whatever it is. You do good gifts, Jill, so I'm happy to accept anything. So it's all good. It's going to be a tropical thunderstorm. Rani says there's a tropical thunderstorm there. How fancy. Imagine that in the UK. I can see Karen now. Hi, Karen. I don't know if I saw you there. I got my turquoise and topaz from last week, and they are beautiful. Oh, Barbara, there was just so many bargains. It was just too much for my small brain. I was having the time of my life there. I'm thinking about just moving in. But I don't know. It was the weirdest experience because for me it was like going back in time because that's what I used to do for a living, and then suddenly here I was faced with stuff from 20 years ago. It was really quite peculiar, and I had a great time, and the prices were the same as they were 20 years ago, and I was like, this is madness. So yes, but we have actually been invited back there. I said, so they're going to continue. They've got a lot of gemstones to clear through, so they're going to continue to populate the boxes. So I was like, absolutely, keep going. Anything that you want to put in clearance, then let's do it, because why not? So we hope to go back before the end of the year. So that is exciting. So, and it's nice to be invited back, because sometimes I think, do they deal with us and then go, good God, we're never having her back. So maybe they do. We don't know. Actually, no one said no for a second visit yet, but there's time. There's always time. Hi, Jane. How are you doing? Gems were stunning last week. They really were absolutely gorgeous. Now, hopefully you're going to really love what I've got for you this evening, because if you've been following Charmers Gems, you'll know that a couple of weeks ago, I popped over to India, which I just felt like was just getting on a bus and off I went to the India. It felt like that on the way there. On the way back, it did not feel like that. So then I was like, this is a long way. Why have I popped here for 4 days? This is too far to go. But I popped over because we had some customers. We had some personal shopping to do for some customers. So some businesses had contacted us and they wanted me to go out and source some gemstones, particularly for them. And I thought, I'm just going to go and do that and not get distracted. So what happened there was I got a little bit distracted, but I did get all my work done. So it was okay. So I found you some treats, guys, because I thought I can't sit here and then not think of the Charmers Gems community. So I managed to find you some treats, and they are in this live for you this evening. And so let's see if you like them. But they were just a little bit unusual. And I thought, you know what? We could go over to India and do a massive live on location and go all out. But actually, why not just pick them up while I was there? So I did that. And here they are for you now. So I hope you like them. There is an opportunity to buy ones that aren't in the UK. So if something sells out, we've got some codes for you to pre-order them. And then they're going to send them over to us over in the next couple of weeks. So you won't have an 8-week wait, but it'll just be a couple of weeks. For them to come over, so you've got that as well. So don't worry, because you're hopefully not going to miss out. I hope you like them. Now I've picked the weird and wonderful, because there is some weird and wonderful stuff here. And then, like I said, we've got some other things, including my necklace, which everybody has been admiring, and I've been hiding from you, if I'm honest, because I fell in love with the necklace, and there's a few of them. I think there's probably about 10 altogether. And as soon as I found it, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, as you all know. This was absolutely shouting at me that this is gorgeous. They're great value for money for massive pieces of aquamarine and of chrysoprase, and some just pure aqua I've got. So, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. So eventually I've decided, after a lot of people have asked, that I'd probably best just sell them so that other people can be happy with them as well, not just me. Right. Poor Lisa, I don't think she could believe the prices she sent me on one instead of the box of 5. Yeah, we did have a lot of conversation. Is this the price for the whole box? And I'm like, yes, that's right. Are you sure? Yes, that's what it said. So that's what I bought. So let's hope we don't get in any trouble. We do love a good clearance, Tony says. You certainly do. Right, okay. Popped over to India. I did, Jill. I popped. And yes, I'm not doing it again. That's what I discovered. Is it was, like I said, on the way there, when it was all exciting, it was fine. But on the way back, it did seem like suddenly a very, very long journey. Hi, Anne. How are you doing? My son is going to Japan in a few weeks for work. How exciting, Tony. I've never been to Japan. It's on the hit list. Andrea is very well. And so you packed your bags full. Well, I didn't take much with me, but my luggage allowance was 23 kilos, and they're really mean now, really mean with their luggage allowance. And on the way back, my luggage weighed 22.9 kilos, and I felt really happy. As I asked for an upgrade, and they said no. So yeah, you've always got to ask, haven't you? I mean, I've got so many blinking points. Why don't they equate to an upgrade? I'm like, how many points? I said something like 70,000 points. And then when I asked, he was like, oh, it's 400,000 for an upgrade. I'm like, weren't these points gold? I mean, they're just insane. Right, lovely. It's all good. I want more Hollandite quartz. It's in this live, but I've only got 13 left. That's it. That's all I can say about that. Shall we crack on? Have I waffled on enough? I'm very wobbly today. I've got no Polly today. Polly's on holiday, but I do have Angela in my ear. That's who I'm chatting away to. So I've got Angela for you there. I have got my other camera, which I've not quite finished setting up yet. So let's do that now. I've plugged it in, so we're not going to lose it this week like last week. I don't think. It really doesn't like this. I think I'm going to have to upgrade the phone. I think that's what I'm thinking now, because I don't think its battery likes us going live on this platform at all. I think it uses it all up. But last week I didn't plug it in, so that was my own fault. Right, it's going to make a noise, so apologies while I try and mute it. Oh, it's forgotten everything, of course. You talk amongst yourselves for a second while I do this. I told you it's going to make a noise. Even though I turn it down, it still makes the noise. Right, it's in place. That's in place. I'm fine, thanks, Christine. Feeling a little bit hyperactive. Think I'm overtired. So, you know, when you go from, oh, I can't move, I'm so tired, to suddenly far too much energy, like a toddler. Yeah, that's me. Right, I'm going to show you this camera. Oh, no, that's right. That's because it was round the wrong way, but don't worry, I fixed that now. Okay, I think we're good to go. Good. How did your fairy weekend go, Jane? I went into a shop yesterday to buy this deodorant that's supposed to be, I don't know, some sort of fancy pants, super environmentally friendly deodorant. And they had little fairy hats made of felt in this shop, and I thought of you. So how did it go? Spill the beans, Jane, spill the beans. Hi, Karen, how you doing? Right, let's have a look. This time, instead of trying to add the codes after, I said to Lisa, just put the codes with the gems, so there's less confusion. I can't promise there's no confusion, but there will be less confusion than last time. So I will move this in and out. That's a funny noise, Angela. Let me try. You've got a dog? Oh, right. I was going to say, you don't normally have a dog. I've left my little puppy with Carl. Let's see how that goes when I get back. See how happy he is about that. Right, just a second, because my legs have gone wobbly. Okay, I think we're ready. I mean, you'd think I'd set up the live before the show, but, you know, sometimes these things just don't happen. This wire is not in a good place. Everybody ready? Now I'm ready. Jolly good. I've got to get under here. Let me pop you onto the stage. Right. So again, the lighting is never how I want it in this ever. Hi, Kirsten. How are you doing? Let me tell you how it works. Let's run through the admin first. Welcome to Chalmers Gems. I'm Marie Chalmers. I'm a gemologist, and I travel all over the world buying and selling gemstones, which is a really cool job. It is. So here I am selling you the gemstones that I've been buying, and so each one of these has been hand selected by me while I was just out in India. I don't know when that was, actually. Was it last week? Don't know. Last week before, something like that, wasn't it? Week before last, maybe it rolled from one week to the next. So I went out. So I just popped over to India to do something else, and I just thought I couldn't resist for us here at Chalmers Gems. So if you would like to purchase anything, you're purchasing each individual one of these, unless I tell you otherwise. And the codes that you see here, so these unique numbers, refer to that exact gemstone. So that's how it works. You'll be purchasing that exact gemstone. If that's not the case, I will tell you that this is a code, and you'll get a random one that looks something like this, but it won't be this one. So you pop the code into the comments. If you wish to purchase the item, you just pop it into the comments. And then if I read out your name, it's yours. It goes to the first person that I see on my screen. Now, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, you need to make me horizontal, please, because you'll be able to see the screen better. And I see both comments with a timeline, so I know which ones are first. Facebook might tell you that you're first, but I go with the person that I see first. What else to say? UK Post and Packaging is £3.90 capped at £3.40 capped at £7.90. International Post and Packaging is £14.90. And Lisa said she thinks they've increased it from 2 kilos to 5 kilos again. Yay! So if you are an international customer, particularly an American customer, we know that you're having a lot of trouble with the duties at the moment. And we can combine as many orders as you want now, up to 5 kilos. So you just have one parcel come out to you. That's the best way that we think to do it. So let me know. My mobile is plugged in. Thank you very much. Okay, what does Jane say? It was amazing, the most magical weekend. Even Dad's got involved with the dress up and the glitter. How lovely. I'm going to go to a fairy thing one day. I just am. I want to. Right, these are the bits that I have selected for you. No cut stones. Oh, there are some cut stones. That's a fib. But no rubies. Don't worry, Christine. You are on my radar. Honestly, I absolutely promise. I am on that. I just am rubbish at communicating. So don't worry. So on here, we've got tanzanite, we've got preonite, we've got garnets at the bottom there. And I'm going to run over each and every one, and you're going to purchase each one of these individually. Now, let's go to the top here. This is a tanzanite slice. So the reason that I bought these, let me see, it's probably best to leave you staying still. The reason that I bought these is I thought that they were really, really sweet, that you'd be able to make them into little rings or pendants really quite easily. You could either claw set them, you could bezel set them. They're nice and slim. That is genuine tanzanite. So I'll put it on my hand so you've got an idea of size. And this one, so I've done them individually for you, but I do have a code for you to purchase a random one at the end. So 10I, that is 10I is the code. That one is £11 if you want that particular slice, and that's the one that you're going to get. So they're quite a nice thickness, so not so thin that they're going to break when you work with them, but not too thick and chunky. And I just thought there was something a little bit different. So 10I, that's how I'm going to call it, and then I'm going to stick it on there so we know which one's which. The next one for £11. So these are genuine tanzanite. Tanzanite is one of your big 5 gemstones, the beautiful, beautiful blue purple color. And you can see that the intensity in these stones is really, really intense. You've got that lovely deep color of purple and blue in there. And again, perfect. If you bought 1 and 2 together, you could probably do earrings, but they're really gorgeous flat slices for making into a nice, simple ring. 2DG for that one. And the last one, the dinky one, is 2DG has gone to Isabel Trottin. Thank you very much, Isabel. This is the smallest one, and this one is 3ES, and it is £7.50. And again, a perfect ring size. Won't necessarily go for earrings. The other 2 would probably do as an earring. I've got number 1 going to Jill. Thank you. This is 3ES, and this one is just £7.50, but it is real tanzanite that you've got going on there. Lovely. I think they're really unusual. I'm hoping you like the slices. Now, if you would like to purchase just a random one, that's £11. You can use the code 4UB, and that will put you onto pre-order. 4UB is the pre-order code for tanzanite. If you're watching the live back and it's not Thursday night whilst you're watching it, then you can just type in that code, send it in by direct message 4UB, and pop yourself on the waiting list. Now onto the preonite. So I bought, the wait will be, I reckon, around 3 to 4 weeks. That's a good question, though. So next up, oh, Jill, no. If you want to do a 4UB, Jill, do you want 2 4UBs, and I'll get them to get you a pair? Would that do you? 4UB, let me know. If you put 2, and I'll try and get them to get you a pair. Hi, Jackie. Her China order has arrived and been trying to complete a commission for tomorrow. I hope you get it done. That's fabulous. Right, here you are. This is preonite. So preonite is a gorgeous gemstone, and it's a green color. It's not looking very green there. It's a green color, and it has inclusions called epidote. So they're another mineral that lives inside the preonite. It's really nice. So I thought this would be great if you were doing a bracelet, if you're doing a pendant, a lovely large slice. This is the largest of all the preonite slices. It's £13.50, and 5VV is the code for that one. We've then got a coffin shaped 2 4UBs, please, for Jill. Thank you. Look at that. Preonite in a cab is one of our biggest selling cabochons. This one is 2JD, £12.50, and that is for a coffin shape one. I mean, lots of people like a coffin shape. That one, 6JD. And they're just, I think they're really unusual. 7KR for £8.50 for your preonite with epidote slice. Very geometric slices, aren't they? Let me give you an idea of what that would look like. So again, a nice ring size. And if you've got a craft store or you're retailing your jewelry, then you're not going to get people with all of these. Then, you know, these are unusual gemstones that I've found whilst rooting through for something else. Actually, I found these shapes and I thought, oh, these are quite nice. 8EY, £9.50. Number 7 has gone to Isabel Trottin. Thank you, Isabel. That's another coffin shape for just £9.50. You've got an octagon, maybe. How many sides does an octagon have? 9FU, £8.50. No, this is not. Yeah, this is an octagon then. 9FU, £8.50. And that is for your octagon shape. Again, nice ring size, brilliant for making a simple claw setting or bezel setting. 9FU, £8.50. 10US for £8.50. And you've got your gorgeous epidote inclusions there that you can really exhibit if you make them into something a bit fancy. This one is 11ZK, just £7.50. 8EY has gone to Jane Price. Thank you, Jane. There's no live tomorrow morning, by the way, so if you missed them tonight, I'm not bringing them back tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, I can't make tomorrow. 11ZK for £7.50. And then a little coffin shape. This one is 12EC for £7. Yeah, please. That's that one. And this one is also £7. This is 12ECA, but I accidentally forgot to give it a code. So Lisa had to add a code in. 12ECA for £7. Now we're on to the garnets. You might have seen one of the videos that we put out this week about me selecting these. So I've put a video out that's where it's showing you how we determine whether these are garnet or tourmaline. So while I'm out and about, it's quite tricky when you're faced with something. So in this particular parcel, I was given a parcel of maybe, I don't know, 400 of these. And in there were slices of tourmaline and within amongst all the garnets. So it was trying to determine which were tourmaline and which were garnet. 12ECA, please, Tony Davis. Thank you. So I did put a video out showing how I actually go about doing that, because while I'm out and about traveling, that I get offered all sorts of things, and there's lots of tricks as well out there. You have to be extra careful. But when it comes to things like this, by using my polariscope, I managed to straight away determine which ones were garnet and which ones were tourmaline. And these are the garnet slices, and they are just so cute for £5. This one's gone to Jane Price, please. But for £5, you know, if you're not completely convinced on the little geometric slices, these are worthwhile having a go for a couple of pounds, because I think you're going to find they're going to be so different. If you can make jewelry that's really unusual, it's going to set you aside, and you're going to end up with something like no one else has got. That's the white tack on the back stuck there. But you'll see as well, the garnet is really shiny. This one's just £4, 14JS. The garnet is really shiny. Look at that. It's just a beautiful material to work with. And you've also got to keep in mind, this is a birthstone. 14 has gone to Rani, thank you. And then, yeah, I can put you down for a pair. Absolutely. I'll give you a code in a second. Just a second. 15 MO for £4. It's 13 already gone. 13's already gone, Nikki, but I'm going to give you a code in a second. Don't worry. 15 MO is also just £4. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a code, which is a generic code. If you wish to order a pair, you can times by 2, and we'll take that as a pair. This is going to be the £5 size, so the slightly bigger size, 16XC. So if, like Nikki, you've just missed out there on number 13 and you want to order one at £5, if you put times 2, we'll try and get you a pair, and that is 16XC for a £5 piece. Or if there's a particular size that you're looking for, do let me know, but it's quite hard to tell on a size. I've got one for Tony Davis, one for Nikki Stevenson, 2 for Jill Horton. If you type 2, we will presume a pair if you're trying to make earrings. 16XC, £5 for your garnet slice. Again, if you're watching the show back and you wish to bid after the show's finished, then just send us a direct message with the code 16XC. One for Isabel Trottin, please. Because for £5 for garnet, and they just don't do them justice. They're so pretty. Well, you would have seen them in the video. I'm going to hold it here. You can see there, it's got such a high luster. That's one of the great things about garnet. One for Karen Ross. And these ones, if you're on the code 16, these might take a couple of weeks to get to us. We've got to place the order, but I will get the supplier to pair them all up for us. 16XC, he'll be thrilled, for £5. Okay, it's tray 1 done. There's no Polly to take my trays away, look. That was 16. What's 17? What was 17, please, Angela? Oh yes, there we are. It's right in front of me. Of course it is. There you are. There's number 17 right there. It's because I'm looking at these codes at the top. Just a sec. Let me just put those out. Here we are. Right, so we have got, again, you're going to bid on these particular ones, and then we have got a code for you to bid on the particular shapes. These are turquoise rose cuts. So you've got 17 LB. This is the pebble shape for £14.50. These are going to make gorgeous rings. I can have another 2 16s, please, for Jill. Thank you. So you've got a flat back on your turquoise, and then the rose cut top, and a rose cut is where you get your flat back and then lots of facets on the top. Perfect for ring sizes. Again, I'll give you a code if you want to order pairs shortly. I'll give you a separate code. But for that particular one, 17 LB, this is American turquoise. 17 LB for £14.50. I love turquoise rings, and they're all really, really popular at the moment. Turquoise is really, really, really fashionable. Then we've got 18 JV for £15. This one is, again, a flat back with white tack in this case, and then rose cut at the top there, but that's a beautiful round one, and I think that's lovely. 18 JV for £15. You're buying each one of these individually, and then I'll give you some codes. 19 GG for this particular one, £14.50. I've got 18 for Debbie Needham, please. 19 GG, £14.50 for your pebble. 17 for Candy Barnes, please. Hi, April. How are you? 20 LC for your lovely round. 15. I'll just give you a measure on those. They are about 12 millimeters. 12 millimeters. 19 for Elysium, please. 20 LC for £15 for a round rose cut. Hi, Ken. How are you doing? Then we've got 21IY for £14.50. Loads of colour in that one as well. 21IY. Hi, Lorraine. How are you? And then the last one is another round one, 22YP for £15. 21's gone to Jill Horton. I should probably turn the ones over that I sold. It'd probably make life an awful lot easier, won't it? And that one is 22YP. Okay, now I'm going to show you the pre-order codes if you want to pre-order. Let me just check them out. That's that one. So I've got the pebble shape on pre-order. 22 has gone to Debbie Needham. Thank you very much, Debbie. Isabel, we just missed out. So you can pre-order on your own ones here. So I've got 23 IC is your turquoise pebble. So it's going to be this kind of a shape, random shape. If you times by 2, then we're going to try and do some pairs. So 23 IC is your code for the pebble shape. And if you times by 2, that is going to try, and we will try and send you a matched pair for earrings. Or, you know, you can split them into rings. No one's going to tell you off if you don't use them as a pair. But if you put 23 IC, you're going to get one. And that is your pebble shape. And if you would like the round shape, these both rose cuts, the same again, 24 RY, £15. And if you times by 2, we will do that as a pair. I've got a 23, please, for Elysian. So if you missed out just now on 22, for example, that was a round one. You need to type in 23 IC. On the 23s, I've got Elysian, Maureen Burnett, Jill Horton. 23 IC is your round. I've done it the wrong way around, haven't I? 23 IC is your round, and 24 RY is, no, 24 RY is the round, and 23 IC is the pebble. These are for turquoise. This is the one that I've got left at the moment. 20 LC is the remaining round rose cut. So if you wanted it immediately, this is the one that you need to bid on. But if you want to go pebble, it's 23, and round is 24. I've got a 23 for Candy Barnes, American turquoise on pre-order. Okay, everybody happy? If I've confused you, just message in and double check you've got the right thing. That's the best way. And Lisa will make sure that you have. Anyone for number 20, or he's all lonely up there on his own? Or he's going to have to sit there on his own. 20 LC, that one, £15. Okay, going on to chrysoprase next. I'm very much in the vibe of the chrysoprase. It's in the necklace. I just find it the most beautiful colour. 20 LC has gone to Sarah Learman. Thank you very much, Sarah. I think it's a beautiful colour. It's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous gemstone. So it comes from Australia, and it is fabulous color, fabulous natural intensity of green. So this is the largest one that we've got. The code for this particular one is 25VI, and that's quite a large one. I think it would make a nice large ring, or a small pendant. It's a great size, that one. Look at that. In the rose cut, this one is 25VI, so it's that one exactly that you're going to get. Chrysoprase was fab from China. Yeah, really nice as well. I think it's just a beautiful material. 25VI for £14.50 for your large pebble there. Let me give you a size on that one so you know. It is 16 by 14 millimeters. Now I've got a code here for this size, and I've stuck them all down there. So just to give you an example, I've put them all here on the tray. I've stuck them all on the tray so that you can see the variation in colour, because there's lots of colour variation in your chrysoprase. So you get a mint green right through to a sort of deeper green. Is that better? Okay, thank you. Sorry about my wire there. I've got my wire stuck and Polly's not here to unstick it. So these ones, this is the size that you're going to get. These are just £9.50 each. 26MW, and they are £9.50, and you're going to get one of that collection there. So one of these variations. Great size for making into rings, nice and bright. Green is such a popular color anyway, isn't it? So can you get more strands? Might be able to, Jane. If you could send me the SKU, the code off your bag, or the packet, that would, or just message into Lisa and she might be able to look it up for you. And then we'll try and order you some more. 26 WM, £9.50 for those rose cuts there. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. I've got one for Maureen Burnett, two for Elysian. 26 WM for £9.50. How are we feeling about a rose cut, guys? I was feeling that we should do a little collection of rose cuts before I went. I was thinking, oh, it'd be nice to do some rose cuts. We don't really do them very often. And there they were. That's excellent. One for Karen Ross, please. You got the same again on your next size down. This is the £8.50 size, 27LQ for £8.50. Let me give you an idea of size on this one. So it's around about 14 millimeters up to about 12 millimeters. But again, they are an organic pebble shape. And you get all the great thing about the rose cut is you get the beautiful sparkle off the top of the stone. So unlike a smooth cabochon, you get all that gorgeous, gorgeous sparkle. 27LQ for £8.50. Debbie loves the rose cut. Yay! It's not just me. Thanks, Debbie. 27. And then the last size, for just £5, you can try a rose cut. So if you've never used a rose cut before and you're a bit nervous, for £5, it doesn't matter if you cock it up, does it? 28 PQ for just £5, and that is the smallest size. And it is about 11 by 10 millimeters. 28 PQ, £5. I'm going to give you a code again where you can order 2 to get a pair. I've got 1 for Rani for the £5. Tony loves the rose cut, so it's not just us. 2 for Elysian, please, on the 28 PQ for £5. So sparkly and green. Right, okay, let's pop that there. Right, now, if you want to order a pair, this is the £9.50 size, so the larger size over here, then that is 29 VK, and they are £9.50 each. If you order 2, we will try and make sure they're pairs. You can, Maureen, like to change to 28 PQ, please. 29 VK for £9.50, and it's that size there. Right. Next up, we've got some rubies. I've got 2 29 VKs for Jill, please. So these are they're not doing them any justice in this light. So these are ruby cabochons. Now, one of our India Live on locations, we spent a lot of time trying to find ruby cabochons that were really cool and not treated. So it's really hard to find them treated. 20, I've got CP. I'm not sure what code that is, Jane. Let's have a look. What's this VK? Do you want to try again with the code, Jane, for me, please? Thank you. Right. So this is your ruby. I mean, I'm doing these individually because 30 VA. This one's gone to Jill already, but it's really cool. I'm doing them individually because they're all really cool. They've got their own loveliness about them. So this one is 31. So they are quite slim cabs. So please keep that in mind. I don't know if that matters to you when you're making, but obviously we like to be honest about everything that we're doing. So they are quite slim, but they are cool. These are not treated. 38 has gone to Debbie Needham. Thank you. Sneaking down the codes, Debbie. 31 MP for £17.50. And then you can see in here, you're seeing the shiny. You see the shiny that you can see there. That's actually part of the structure. They're really, really cool. Yeah, oh, they're just awesome. 36 has gone to Jill Horton. Also sneaking down the codes. That one is 31 MP for that one. I have to remember to stick it to the card before I mix them up. I've got a round one at £16.50. Nice red, nice juicy red, this one. 32 VN. 37 has gone to Jane Price. Okay, Jane, sorry. Could you direct message it into Lisa for me, the code, Jane, because I can't do it just now. That would be great. Thank you. She'll be able to look it up. 34 OT has gone to Isabel Trotting. 34 OT. 37 went to Jane Price. Did you see that one? I don't think you can see YouTube, can you? 37 went to Jane Price, thank you. Right, 32 VN is a lovely red colour. Not that my lighting is allowing you to see that at all, but it is a really nice red colour. Little button. That one's gone to Christine Jamal. Thank you, Christine. Up, down, that upside down. 32 for Christine. Yeah, lovely. Then 33 is a nice large oval. Again, nice juicy colour. These are genuine ruby. 33 RR. £16.50. Great ring size, but brilliant pendant size. £16.50 for real rubies. Just great pricing. Great, just brilliant gemstone. Absolutely brilliant. I was thrilled to find these. This is 35 GI. Again, for your round, it is around about 20 millimeters. 35 GI. Yeah, you've got some schiller going on at the side there as well. Nice color. 35 GI. And do I have a code? Oh, I do. I've got one over there. 33RR has gone to Lorraine Drever. So I've just got the 2 left on this tray. Have I still got number 31 left? Surely not. Have I? Oh, this one's got a really cool. Can you see the patterns there? So the ruby grows in a hexagonal crystal, and you can see the hexagon within this. So that's really cool to me. 31 MP. £17.50. That's a really cool one. And 35 GI is still left at £16.50. 31 has gone to Isabel. Trot in, please. Jane says, I bought my mum a necklace years ago with a ruby just like that. How lovely. 35 GI, £16.50, a 20 millimeter round. I've got another tray. Just a second. I have to get this one out of the way. This is very fancy. Oh, my phone's making a noise. Sorry about that. Right, okay. It's much more difficult without Polyduck. I've got used to her being here now. Right, and then we have got on the rubies, we have got a smaller round. Let that come into focus for just £9.50. 39 ID is your code, £9.50. I'll give you a size on that one. 15 millimeters. It's going to come off the card. 39 ID, £9.50. And then for £9, you get these 2. You get both of these baby ones. 39 ID has gone to Beverly Jackson. Oh, I'm not going to stick on there. I'll hold them on for you. 40 GQ. You get these 2, aren't they cute? 2 little rounds for just £9. I mean, I'd make a ladybird, but you can make whatever you like. 40 GQ for £9. I even put them in the tray. Lisa's moved them, but I put them in the tray like that look because I was like, oh, a little ladybird. 40 GQ for £9 gone to my first bidder there is Debbie Needham. Thank you, Debbie. Now I've got a code for you if you would like to order a ruby, and again, you can try and get a pair by timesing by 2. You've got 41BX for £16.50. That's your sort of 20-25 millimeter size. 41BX if you would like to order that. These 2 have gone, so let's turn the codes over. They've also gone. 41BX for £16.50 if you'd like to pre-order a ruby. About a 3 to 4 week wait. I think that's how long it'll be. £16.50. Look at all of these exciting gemstones. These are emeralds here. It's very exciting. It was a good trip. It was lots of fun. Okay, right. Everybody ready? On to my included spotty quartz. Now, if you've been following our social media this week, you know I've made some videos about our spotty quartz because this is really cool. So these are faceted spotty quartz. And the inclusions inside are just absolutely epic. So within the quartz, you typically get things like rutile, you get tourmalines in quartz. I've got a massive piece of that in my house. Rutiles in all the different colors, and there are lots of other gemstones that are commonly found within quartz. So when I picked up the spotty quartz, you'd expect to see one of those gemstones because the black is normally tourmaline or rutile, but actually these are mica flakes, which was so exciting to me that I was like, oh gosh, we've got to have loads of these. So I've bought these couple, and then I've got you a pre-order code. Sorry, I don't know how it's going to react to that. You can see in there, these are little mica hexagons. They're just absolutely gorgeous. How unusual to have that inside your gemstone. Now, an inclusion is something that the gemstone has trapped as it's grown in the earth. So as it's growing, Other minerals are present in the same environment and it captures them, and then they're inside, so they're classed as an inclusion. If it's on the surface of the gemstone, that's classed as a blemish, but the inclusions are within the gemstone. So this is so the mica will have grown first, and then the quartz has grown around the mica. So it's just amazing, isn't it? Like a little window into the planet. Absolutely amazing. And then for me, it's the excitement of the cutter. So the cutter has made sure that he's shown off all these fabulous inclusions by making them into these faceted stones. And I just think they're so cool. What a clever guy. He's gone, I know. This will look good. This will look good in a ring for somebody. And they are really cool, aren't they? Now, I've only got 3 of this size available. This is the largest size. Let me give you an approximate on the measurements. 46 IV is the code. This one is about 16 by 12 millimeters. I do have a pre-order code for you on some of them, I think, shortly. 46 IV for £14.50 for that lovely large gemstone. You can make the coolest ring, definitely. I've got one for Nikki Stevenson. And if you're a collector of just weird and wonderful inclusions, then this one should be up on your list, because I've not seen included quartz, not that's faceted and usable in a piece of jewelry with the mica inclusions before. 46 IV is £14.50, and then we've got a smaller size, which is here we are, only £12.50. This is 47 CZ. So still, let me just measure that one for you. Still with the really cool inclusions with the mica. This one is 13 by 10 millimeters. So they are approximate. They're hand cut, so they're not calibrated sizes. So I can't guarantee the exact size. But for £12.50, again, you could easily prong set something or make a really simple setting and make it all about the spots. I've got one for Isabel Trottin, please. £12.50. £12.50 for a really... I don't think you could even get just a regular quartz faceted. Look at that. There's such sizable stones as well. 47 CZ. That is just £12.50 for your faceted quartz with mica inclusions. Definitely suit anyone with a Dalmatian as well, wouldn't it, really? Very spotty and fun. Let's go on to some emeralds then. If you want to go on to emeralds, these are really nice. So these are included emeralds. A couple of weeks ago, we bought you included aquamarines, and they were faceted aquamarines that were really chunky with really cool inclusions. So there I am in India, and then I get offered included emeralds. Now, they're not as big as the aquas, because they were tremendous, weren't they? They really were. Absolutely enormous. Let me try and use my tweezers to pick this up, because I'm all fingers and thumbs otherwise. Let's grab him with the tweezers. And you can see here, this is genuine emerald. It will have been oiled, because nearly all emeralds are oiled. And they've all just got, I'll put my loop on so that you can have a look inside, but they've all got just fabulous inclusions inside. So they're really cool. But the great thing about them is they're really, really green. So sometimes you get a really washed out emerald, especially when you get in a size, and they are incredible value for money. So this one, so you're bidding on this particular stone, is 49VX for $29.50, and perfect ring size as well. 49VX, $29.50. I'll go through them all individually so that you can pick the ones that you like the shape of. They're emerald cuts or ovals, because that's the nature that emeralds it lends itself to. So it grows in a long, thin crystal. So you tend to get rectangles or ovals that are cut from the material. These are pretty, Christine says. Again, I think a birthstone emerald. 50QK is the next one, $27.50. And such amazing value for money for emerald, because again, this is another one of the big 5. We've had 3 of the big 5 in this show, so that's quite impressive. Look at that, so green. Amazingly green. 15QK, $27.50. Let's do the next one. 51WS for $26.50. I'll just show you all their inclusions because they're gorgeous. Look at that. 51WS. This one is my favorite one because it's got a row of inclusions. $26.50 for this one, and you can see here, see, look at that, like a little scene. little forest within your emerald. 52HZ for 26.50. Sorry about my noisy neighbour there. I've got the next one is 27.50. Lovely. This is 53YH. We've got 54FG for 27.50. Again, loads of fabulous inclusions there. 52 has gone to Isabel Trottin. Thank you, Isabel. 21.50 is 55YN. 49 has gone to Kate Oliver, please. 49, thank you, Kate. 52 has already gone, Christine, I'm afraid. $56QE for your nice oval. $56QE for $21.50. 57 here. It's all about the inclusion. Look at that. I've got 57KW for $21.50. Now this little one at the bottom here, 58VR. This one is only £12.50. Oh, thank you, Rani. £12.50. And 59RK is also just £12.50. 59RK. Nice and colourful there. Did I miss some codes out there? I did. I skipped the moonstone, didn't I? Sorry about that. 58, sorry, has gone to Rani. Just missed Karen. Sorry, I can't see you. Just missed out. Anyone else for any of the emeralds before we go back up to the moonstone, which I forgot to play? Right, okay. Let me just move this tray out the way for a second to do the moonstones, because these ones are high-end moonstone. Right, so these are high-quality moonstone. Absolutely beautiful. 59RK has gone to Karen Ross, please. 54 has gone to Isabel Trottin. So we're going to start off. These are so nice. You know, when you imagine the best moonstone, this is it. This is what you're imagining. So with your high-end moonstone, you're looking for a blue sheen and you're looking for a translucency to the moonstone. And this ticks all of those boxes. Now look at those. Look at those juices. Aren't they nice? These ones are, oh, it's taken the size off. Have you got the size on your sheet, please, Angela? 53 has gone to Christine. Thank you. Oh, 42. No, is it on there? 11 by 9 millimeters, these ones. So again, great for rings, small pendants. They're just gorgeous. Or pair them with another cabochon. They'd look amazing. 51WS has gone to Beverly Jackson, please. Okay, the code for these is 42QU. They are £22 each, but they are top quality moonstone. That's why they're £22 each. About 11 by 9 millimeters, so lovely large size. 42QU for £22 each. If you're into your moonstone, then this is it. I highly recommend multi-purchasing. It's hard to find a really nice moonstone material. I've got one for Isabel Trottin, one for Jane Price, two for Jill Horton, 42QU, £22 each, 11 by 9 mil. Absolutely extraordinary quality. Really, really beautiful. I'm trying to turn him over just a second. But very, very fiddly. 11 by 9 millimeter ovals. Look at that. So nice, aren't they? 42QU. Another one for Isabel, please. So that's size number 1. But I couldn't stop there because it was too exciting. The fact they'd cut them in such great sizing as well. And they're not 100% calibrated, but they are very uniform. So I tried to get all the ones around about the same size. I think these ones were 9mm, were they, Angela? 9mm round. Just turn them all up the right way for you. It's like when you drop toast on the floor and it always lands butter side down. I feel it's the same with the cabochons. If you tip them, they always land upside down. Here you go. Look at these. So nice round ones again. Great for studs. Wouldn't that be an amazing pair of studs? Who needs diamonds when you've got moonstone? This is 43RJ, £16.50. Or in a stacker ring, they'd look awesome. 43RJ, £16.50. That is in 9mm round. Let's put that on there so you can see. Beautiful blue schiller. I think I'd put more than one together personally, but you can do whatever you like. 43RJ, £16.50 each. One for Jane Price. Thank you, Jane. And that it's honestly, it's the clarity of the moonstone and then the gorgeous, gorgeous schiller. I actually went back for these. So I went to this supplier to buy something for some of the personal shopping. And I went there and then I saw these and I thought, I've got to go back. So I actually went all the way back and had a massive fight with the with the hotel guy who was trying to rip me off on a taxi like I was a tourist. And I was like, look, mate. I know that the taxi should not cost me. It was the equivalent of £14 for going 7 kilometers. I was like, no, I don't think so. So yeah, but it was worth it. It was worth it for the moonstone. I've got one for Jane Price, one for Isabel Trotting. I have an idea for a spinner ring, Jane says. Oh, fancy, fancy, fancy. 16.50 each, 43RJ. Where's the little box gone? Here it is, lovely. And then I've got one more size. Same quality. I might not turn all of these up the right way, but you get the gist, right? Okay, let's have a look. Look at these, right? Okay, so these ones, I don't know why. They are incredible value for money. So I don't know what happened, whether he gave me the wrong price, but I was going with it. 44XX, 2 of these for £10. What size are these ones, please, Angela? 8x6, 8x6mm, 2 pieces for £10. Just incredible, absolutely incredible value for money. Because I think we would have paid £10 per. I would have paid £10 each. I think that he's got the price wrong. I've got 2 lots for Jill Horton. 3 for Desi. Hi, Desi. You're quietly watching, Desi, in the background. 1 for Isabel Trotting. 1 for Ranny Melrose. 1 for Tracy Merrick. Gorgeous. Perfect for studs. Absolutely perfect. 2 for Jane Price. 1 for Nisha Kana. 2 for Christine Jamal. Let's line them up so that you can see them. 1 for Catherine Woolard. You're faceting gemstones. How exciting, Desi. So there they are, size-wise. That was not very helpful, was it? As they just rolled right off. Let's put them inside the hand. Come on, down you go. But, I mean, they're perfect. Perfect for earrings, absolutely perfect. 1 for Angela Scott. I'll just see if I can... Which is the ear pod in? This one. Yeah, they would be great a great size, won't they, for earrings there? Anyone else? 2 pieces for £10. Top quality rainbow moonstone. 44XX, 2 pieces for £10. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. No more bidders there. You're all having a little bit of a snooze today. Right, okay, they've got to go back in there. So there you go. Now, I know what you're all waiting for is my Hollanditing quartz beads. So 44, please, for Maureen Burnett. 1 for Beverly Jackson. Oh, I've put the blinking wire back in the other office, which is annoying. So I put them on a wire the other day. There's more what, sorry? Oh, Beverly Jackson. That's all right. No, that's okay. Right. So these are your quartz beads, and the inclusion here that looks like a spider is called hollandite, and that is a mineral, and that's how it grows as little spiders. So again, the cutter here has made sure that each and every single bead has the perfect hollandite inclusion in, really, really thoughtfully cut and made them just extra, extra special. We sold these while we were on our China live on location a couple of months ago. I did have them in China, so you might have secured them there. I can't tell you if you secured them. I don't know. The data is not at my disposal. So if you've already got them, well done, because they that's perfect, absolutely perfect. And you're going to love them, especially now they've come through and they're just so lovely. But if you missed out, then now is the time to snap them up, because I've only got 13 left. Do we have the size on these, please, Angela? 7mm round beads, Jane. Okay, so I don't have an awful lot. That's all of them that I've got left there, but each one has got the beautiful, beautiful inclusion. Are you ready? 519XU, 24.50 a bead. They are not cheap beads, because that is extremely unusual. It's a rare mineral, and then on top of that, for them to be cut in such beautiful, beautiful way, yeah, but they're just absolutely gorgeous. So they are 24.50 each. They're rolling around like a gang of spiders. I wonder what the collective name for a spider is. I think it's a nest of spiders, or I don't know. Someone's going to, it's creepy. That's what Angela says. Someone's going to Google that for me. 519XU. I've got 1 for Isabel Trottin, 1 for Kate Oliver. I know that it's a lot of money for 1 bead, but this is going to be the best bead that you own, without a shadow of a doubt. Look at that. 1 for Christine Jamal. They're just fabulous. How cool is that? How cool is it? I'm just absolutely in love with them. But I like a weird inclusion. So when we were in China, we had a stretchy bracelet with lots of different gemstones with really cool inclusions. And I didn't sell it on the live, so I might have purchased it for myself. And I've had a gold clasp put onto it now, and it's made into a knotted bracelet, so that it's a little bit safer than the stretchy bracelet. And there it is now. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? So I love an odd inclusion in a gemstone. I think it makes it extra special. So these ones are 24.50 each, 519XU, and a 7mm round bead. They're a cluster or a clutter of spiders. There you are, James, rolling round a clutter of spiders. Lovely. Is when have you seen a spider's nest burst? I think Jane would like all the rest, please. For Jane Ridge. Thank you. I don't know if there was 10 left, but I think there probably was. And they're yours, Jane. Congratulations. Jane's going to make some awesome stuff. And of all the people, Jane, I thought you were going to snap this stretchy bracelet up. And I was like, oh, she's going to take it. But you resisted. But it would have gone to the best home. And if you do want one, let me know. We can have matching. We can have matching bracelets. Right. So that is that tray done. It's very exciting. Congratulations to Jane. Right, now we're on to my necklaces, I think. Let me try and grab, I wonder if that will fit there. There you go. Oh. 44XX for Sarah Duckworth, but I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure Angela knows. Rainbow moonstone pairs. Thank you very much. You've got one of those, Sarah. Brilliant. Right, I'm just going to move this out of the way for just a second and show you my fabulous, fabulous necklace. This is a necklace that I came across on my travels. It was some old stock that a supplier had, and it was just they were bargains, because I don't think they realise the value of what they've got. So if I tried to buy this now, you're looking at mega money. These are genuine aquamarine and chrysoprase beads, so nuggets, large nuggets, and they have got metal spaces, and they're all a little bit different. But I don't think the metal is sterling silver. I don't know what the metal is. It's just a silver metal, so I'm not 100% sure what the metal is, which is one of the reasons that it took me so long to bring them to you, because I was wondering, should I remake them and put sterling silver spaces in there? And then I thought, you know what, I love it. It doesn't matter to me what the metal is. And if you want to switch out the spaces, you might want to redesign it anyway, because for the price of the necklace, you'd pay more than that. If it were a bead strand, you'd pay a fortune. You'd pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a bead strand like this, with the chunky aquas and chrysoprases. They're worth a lot of money. So you can imagine, I'll show you one of the aquamarines now as I'm talking, but you can imagine that to get chunky aquamarines like this, you're looking at large rough. It's really consistent in color. They're lovely tumbles. They're not highly polished tumbles, but they're gorgeous tumbles, and then they've just been knotted in each one. Some have different clasps, so some have got a clasp like this, like a bolt ring, and some mine has got a T-bar clasp. So you're not buying it for the metal, you're buying it for the quantity of aquamarine that you've got here in these necklaces. Lovely. Oh, Jenny's at the Malvern show, not far from me, Jenny. Right, so I'm going to show them to you, first of all, just the aquamarine. So I've got a few options on these. So if there is one that you particularly want above the others, this one's got like little ammonite spaces, and then there's some with little UFOs, and that one's got a toggle clasp. So they're all just a little bit different, but again, you're buying them really for the chunky aqua, because you can do whatever you want, but they are ready if you do want to wear. I've just worn mine straight away. That one's got a different spacer. This one's got some little metal spheres on it. Another ammonite going on there, and then little discs. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these chunky aquamarine necklaces. Lengthwise, I think they might vary slightly because it depends on the spacer, but let me just measure this one for you. Without the clasp, because just to give you a very approximate, this one is, so it's really loud, isn't it? 20 inches they are. And the other thing about them is, so I don't wear an awful lot of jewelry, but the jewelry that I do wear is normally a metal. So I have like a gold necklace with a diamond. But actually, these, when I first put them on, they always take your breath away because they're freezing cold, and then they get so lovely and warm, and they're so comfy. It's really nice. For something that's quite heavy and chunky, it's really wearable. I wear a lot of, as you know, if you know me, I wear a lot of black, a lot of white, and a lot of very neutral colors. Today, I'm wearing this because I'm too hot. So I'm just wearing my summer dress, even though it doesn't go with the brand colors. So, but it even goes with the summer dress, don't you think? So I've worn it out to big meetings. I took it to India. I think it's quite a statement of who I am, that I like a gemstone, and that the gemstones that I'm wearing now with my quirky bracelets and the massive gemstones, they're quite statementy, but they're not ostentatious. So it ticks a lot of boxes for me. So they're here if you want them. They're absolutely yours. The code for just the aquamarine chunky necklace is 63CA. They're £125 for the necklace, and that is your code 63CA. Like I said, if you particularly like the findings with the ammonite or the disc, you can definitely either send in a screenshot or just direct message in and say that is your preference, and we'll do as best as we can. 63CA, I would highly recommend that you purchase them and remake with them. If you've got jewelry making skills, you could definitely do some really cool stuff with these. I've got one for Isabel Trotting. If you just pop that in when you check out for me, Isabel, please. One for Jill Horton. 63CA. And if I went out now and tried to find you a strand of chunky aquamarines of this consistent color, because it's the color that you're looking at, an opaque chunk like that, I think you'd be looking at a hell of a lot of money, because it's going to be done on weight, and these are heavy necklace. They, it's heavy. There's a lot of aquamarine that you're getting there in these beads. They're just awesome. They're absolutely awesome. 63CA is your code for just aquamarine. Now, if you want one like mine, I've only got 2 more left, because I might have bought one, you see. So there was 3 and now there's 2. But there are 2 available if anyone wants those. And there's one with some metal spheres here in there and a toggle clasp. And then the other one is similar pattern with 2 little spheres at the bottom. So both really, really cool, lovely long necklaces. Again, this one is 64OH, £125 for your aquamarine and chrysoprase necklace. 125 is your code. I don't know what you think, guys. Do you think they would also go with gold findings? Because I feel they would, but I'm not so good with color. 64OH, £125 for your chrysoprase and aquamarine chunkies like mine. If not, I reckon we can make sweets of jewelry. As soon as I saw them, my mind just went mad and thought you can make so much jewelry with these. 64OH, £125, aquamarine and chrysoprase. To give you an idea of how many beads, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 31, 32 beads on that one. I've got a 64 for Christine. Christine the other day thought she'd already bought one. So she was like, did I get one of those? We haven't sold those yet. I don't know what I said, 32 maybe. £3.91 a bead. So if you're just looking for chunky beads, then £3.91 a bead, guys. It's not expensive. I know that when we put it in the state that you've got to buy the whole lot, then it does appear to be a high price point, but that is not expensive at all. 64OH, £125. If anyone wants the other, Christine, snap one up. But if anyone wants the other one, it's yours. These are okay to wear. They absolutely are. I'm wearing mine. I haven't messed with it at all. That is exactly how it was. Like I said, I don't know what the metal is. So I don't know if it's going to tarnish. It hasn't tarnished yet, though. I presume it is some sort of base metal, but I can't be sure. I've not tested it. I'd love to show off my dealer's notice, Angela, but I think, oh, it's here. I thought I'd taken it away. Here's my dealer's notice. As we are selling metal, even if it's not precious metal, it is the law that you show your dealer's notice. So make sure you have a dealer's notice. If you have a craft stall or an online presence, you must put that somewhere in display of a customer when selling any metal, base metal or precious metal. Plus, it makes you look fancy. I think. I do. I think it makes you, it makes you look genuine. That you know this stuff, that you know it. Right, okay. Are we moving on from the necklaces? Oh, good. Some of these left for me to play with. So it's all good. Right, we're going on to a couple of gemstones. I mean, these are big, chunky gemstones. I don't know. Oh, I've lost my dealer's notice now. It's gone AWOL. It's fallen right off the wall. So a couple of awesome things. I don't know if Jane Ridge is still there, but you're going to love this first one for definite. So at number 65 next I'm on. This is just divine. It's divine. This is a smoky quartz. Let me see if I can get my lights facing this way a little bit for you. This is a smoky quartz, geometric shape with the coolest inclusions. It's a really nice color of smoky, and it's just so beautiful. If you've had from us the really clear quartz with the awesome inclusions, this is its sister, definitely. It's really high quality smoky with the most fabulous inclusions. Look at that. I know it's just epic. Only this one. This is the only one. I can get hold of others, but this is the one I fell in love with. 65QY, £44. It's just a stunner. 65QY. And the next few things you're going to see are all really awesome gemmy things that I've picked up and thought, oh, I can't resist that or that or that. Sister to my crystal ball, indeed. Absolutely. 65QY if you'd like to purchase that one. Then I've got some quartz crystals here, and they are just the most enormous, chunky quartz crystals. Just a second. 65QY has gone to Jane Ridge, as it should, Jane. It needs to be in your home for definite. Sorry, I've got stickers stuck on this one. These are chunky. They're not going to show up very well on the screen now. Look, chunky quartz cluster. Let's bring it back a bit. No, it doesn't like that light, does it? There you are. Massive. Look at the size of that. Stands up like this. 7 to 8 by 8 centimeters. Thank you, Christine. £37.50 for this big boy. 66 RJ for £37.50. It's not showing up as I would like it to, but it is amazing. 66 RG, £37.50. If you like that, you'll like this one as well. We've got an enormous quartz point. Again, really nice quality. Gorgeous striations right down the sides there. So if you're into your healing, I think they're record keepers, are they? The striations that go across the quartz. 27IY, £29.50. Absolutely massive, beautiful quartz crystal. Got some rainbows going on in there. It's just a lovely piece, that one. 67IY, £29.50. Jane says, I'm glad my husband's gone shooting. I don't know. I'm just concerned if he's going to come back and find more gemstones, Jane. 67IY, £29.50. And then, sticking with that one, I've also got a dinky version, but still just as beautiful. Such perfect quartz crystals. Really lovely. This one is 68LC, just £12.50. Sorry, just £12.50 for that one. And it's so large. It's so beautiful. Perfect. The perfect quartz crystal. 68LC for just £12.50. That's all the quartz I've been collecting up. But then I found these citrine and amethyst, and they're just insane. And I totally fell in love with this. Are you ready? Look at the size of that crystal. So that is citrine cluster. It's just massive. Let me just turn this down. It's driving me mental. Size-wise, 11.5 by about 7 centimeters. 68's gone to Jane Price, please. Thank you, Jane. So nice large piece. This one is 70 IN for £110. Now, it's not common to find massive citrine crystals. I have got for you a little selection of free forms as maybe gifts. And you can see that the crystals tend to come in little sizes in citrine. So to find these enormous citrine crystals, these are showstoppers. Absolutely gorgeous. 70 IN, £110, but it is a beauty. Definite collector's piece. To have something, such a large crystal in your collection is just epic. 70 IN, £110, especially if you're into your quartzes. Then these are said to be the merchant stone and help you collect money or something. You know, that sounds good to me. Saves on lottery tickets. Right, okay. And then we've got the same chunky crystals. Hi, Beth. How are you doing? When do your exam results come in, Beth? That can't be long now. This is amethyst. Again, you're looking at a really lovely color of amethyst. You see how it's grown from the quartz into the amethyst. Great story piece. Beautiful large crystals. 71 MH, £98. I mean, I bought the two because I think they go together quite well. I could see them in a collection sitting next to each other. Yeah, just stunners, absolute stunners. Look at that, proper chunky pieces. 71 MH for £98. Beautiful. And then I have got some citrine free forms. I've got 3 of these available. because again, you don't see these very often. So I just snap them up when I do see them. So you see an awful lot more amethyst in the form of the geodes than you see of citrine. 71's gone to Catherine Woolard. Congratulations, Catherine. You see much, much more amethyst than citrine. So when I see nice quality citrine, I tend to snap it up because you just don't know when you're going to see it again. So look at that. So these are just lovely free forms, perfect as gifts. Perfect for your collections if you just want something a little bit higher. They're just gorgeous. So I missed Beth's message. Congratulations, Beth. How amazing. Congratulations. That's brilliant. So that means that you're halfway to being a gemologist. You've got 1 year to go. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. That's brilliant news. I'm really thrilled for you. Right. 69 UK, 2150 for your citrine, little citrine free forms. 2150, 69 UK. If there's one that you particularly prefer, you can screenshot it. I'll hold them up again in a second and send it in, and we'll do our best to make sure you get the one that you're after. 69 UK for 2150, and that is your citrine. I'm going to hold them again. I'll try and get the light a bit better for you on there. 69 UK, and that is one. One for Jill Horton, thank you. That's the second one. And then the third one, 69 UK, 2150. Lovely. You're more than welcome. I think we would like to give one of those, please, to Beth, Angela. So if you could put Beth McDougall on there as a gift, as a congratulations, Beth, we're going to send you one of those citrines. It's going to make you wealthy, apparently. So remember us when you're rolling in your money. So, and you can't give up gemology because that's not allowed. So that's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. So right, next, and actually the final piece of the live, I did warn you it was going to be a short live tonight, is Bramberg amethyst bracelets. Now, I haven't promoted these at all, but these are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to turn it round here for you. Just a second, because you've got to see it. You've got to see them. So you'll notice that on my wrists, I'm wearing my lovely, very unusual bracelet with all the inclusions. And these actually share some of the really cool inclusions that you find in my bracelet. So this is Bramberg amethyst. It's from the Bramberg region of, I think it's in Namibia, the Bramberg mountain range. And you get this gorgeous, gorgeous amethyst. And it typically has really lovely inclusions. So look at these. Beautiful, beautiful inclusions. So if you're into your gemmy gems, then these, I'm looking for the others, but they're on my wrist. I better take them off or I'll be running away with them. Here we are. So yeah, look at those. So if we look again, I can't get my bracelet off very easily. So you can see here that these inclusions that we see here, these are hematite, the red ones, and they're called beetle leg inclusions. So this is my bracelet, and you've got things like your demortierite crystals, your chlorite crystals, your beetle legs. They're all very exciting to me. Rutile, it's just the most gorgeous thing. This one I purchased in China as a stretchy bracelet, and we bought it on the live, and I think it was selling, I don't know how much it was selling for, possibly around £700 as a stretchy bracelet. And so it didn't sell on the live. So I had it made into a bracelet for myself with a gold clasp and re-knotted because I was worried that as a stretchy it might break and then I've lost. But these are really, really unusual beads. I've not seen anything like it before. They're absolutely awesome. So what I'm asking you to look at is not to go, oh, look at Marie's lovely bracelet, but just have a look at these beetle leg inclusions and bear in mind what I've paid for that. I know Jane loves this bracelet. Now here you're going to get the same inclusions in your Bramberg. So look at those little hematite inclusions in the Bramberg amethyst stretchy bracelet. I've only got a limited stock of these ones and they're just all epic. They're only £14.50. What's that about? 72 UI, £14.50. I think I've got 10, have I, Angela? I think I've got 10, and that's all I could get. But but they're just so amazing. So one for Tracy Merrick. I was just going to say Lisa's got one, but I've got Lisa's, don't worry. One for Katrina Durrant. As soon as Lisa saw it, she was like, yes, please, yes. And I was like, we're definitely, Lisa loves a stretchy bracelet. I think they've sold out. So I'm going to go Tracy Merrick, Katrina Durrant, Isabel Trottin, Jill Horton, Candy Barnes, Jane Price, Ranny Melrose, Beverly Jackson, and I'm not sure how many are left, Jane. Jane, just buy this. Buy my one. You can buy my one if you like, because you're gonna love it. I could only go to a home that someone loves it because it's awesome. How many have I got left for Jane, please? You got 2, Jane, and then they sold out. And Karen, I'm really sorry you missed out there. Is that right? Was that all 10? Yeah, all gone. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. They just flew out there at the end. So, right, if there's anything you want to visit, you're more than welcome to shout out. I'm sorry it's not the world's longest live. I've got lots to do, you see. I've got a busy couple of weeks. So next week is quite exciting for me because when I studied gemology, this is how long what this was. I studied gemology. I went to Birmingham City University, and there was 2 of us on my course. There was me and a girl called Maria, and so we changed her name because that was confusing. To Teresa. Her name was Maria Teresa, and she's a Greek lady, and she was the other gemologist on the course. Can you imagine the excitement that I found another one of me? It was so exciting. And Teresa is actually coming over to the UK for the first time since I got married, which was probably 15 years ago. So she's coming over to the UK next week with on holiday with her family, and she's staying at my house. So I have to go and tidy up. That's why the live's short. I've got to go home and tidy up. So I've got to sort the bedrooms and all of that stuff, proper girl stuff, I'm afraid. House maintenance. But yeah, so I don't know if she'll make an appearance on the live next week. I imagine she's quite shy. And so she's also a gemologist, and she lives in Greece. So yeah, so that to me are very, very exciting that she's bringing her family over. So she'll be arriving on Tuesday. So I will be live next Thursday, and then I'll be taking a week's holiday because I'm going to spend some time with her family and my family. So yes, so that's quite exciting. So that's why the live was so short. So I do apologize. Can I see this chunky citrine again? You certainly can, James. Absolutely. It's a showstopper. Here is your massive citrine. Oh, Karen, Jane's given you a bracelet. That's kind. Thank you, Jane. That's lovely. That is your chunky citrine. Is absolutely mega, 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 mega. Beautiful, beautiful piece. That one is 70 IN for £110. Regular domestic goddess. Honey, if you saw my house, you would not say that at all. But yes, thank you very much. Yes, trying to organize myself. I had a new kitchen and I've had worktop drama. If you want to stay from a worktop drama, you can. But if you want to go, please feel free. My worktop turned out to be like a cabochon, to be honest. So I've had a new kitchen, and honestly, my house, since we put the business in my house started to fall apart, and the business was in there for, I don't know, was it over 2 years? It was a long time, and it took a lot of hammer. It's very hard on the house being used as a warehouse, and so since we moved out, which is 3 years in November, it's been in a terrible, terrible state, very neglected. So now we decided that we're going to renovate the kitchen. So we saved up all our pennies and decided that the kitchen's got to go because it's faded and it's just had it. We've been there 20 years and it had it. So we ordered a new kitchen, which are bloody expensive. I don't know if anyone's had a kitchen lately, but I was thinking like 10 grand at the most, but no, more than double that. It's insanely expensive. So I had a kitchen, and I wanted to keep my granite worktop. Had a really lovely black granite worktop, but the kitchen guy convinced me not to do that. He was like, no, it's really out of fashion, and your kitchen's not going to look like wow factor if you keep your worktop, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so I got talked into a new worktop. So over the course of the last 4 weeks, the kitchen has been being changed over, so we've had no kitchen. And when I came back from India, they'd installed the worktop, so all the kitchen units had gone in. It was very exciting, and it was amazing. It looks amazing, and Carl did all these fancy lights, and it looks amazing, and I love it so much. It's just beautiful. And while I was in India, they were going to put the worktop in, and it's a quartz worktop. So it's made of quartz that's reconstituted and then mixed with a veining pattern and then made into a slab. So, and again, it was against my nature, but I was talked in that this is the worktop to have. It's going to look amazing. So I was like, okay, it's all about the stone, ultimately, as you can imagine in my world. So I walk into my kitchen, and it's got a patch, sort of the width of a cupboard. So like the dishwasher size, let's say. Then it's got a hob. Then it's got an L shape. Then the sink. Then another big bit, maybe 2 dishwashers worth. Have to do things in like, it's like when I'm traveling, I talk in lampposts. It's like 4 lampposts away because I don't have any concept of everyone else's measurements. Anyway, I walk in, and the first bit of worktop has got no pattern. So it's supposed to have this beautiful amber vein through it, and it's got no pattern. So I freak out. I'm like, oh my God. Then I look at the splashback behind the hob, and it is not central by, my guess is 3 millimeters. But the trouble that I've got is that because I work with diamonds, and you look for absolute perfection in a diamond, you have to look for a perfect circle, each facet to be absolutely perfect, that I have an eye for precision. Now, I'm not obsessive with my eye for precision, and I don't have to have everything lined up, and I'm not that, that way, but something that's supposed to be in the middle has to be in the middle. So I look at this splashback, and I'm like, that's not in the middle, but I don't have a tape measure. So then I ring the kitchen company, and I send them a video and say, it's got this white piece of worktop with no pattern, and it's not in the middle. And they said, have you measured it? And I said, I don't have a tape measure. And then they said, well, you can't say it's not in the middle without a tape measure. And I was like, I can. I am telling you right now, I reckon it's 3 millimeters to the left. And so the guy's he's so rude to me on the phone. He's really rude. He says, it's the nature of the worktop. And I'm like, no, if it was a natural stone, I'm with you. They come naturally. But this worktop's rubbish. I don't want a big blank bit. And then to make it worse, I looked to the other end of the kitchen. So I've literally walked in after 30 hours of traveling and phoned him. And the other end, the whole part above the dishwasher, has got no pattern. So there's 2 ends with no pattern. So I was like, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having 2 massive blank patches in my worktop. And I spent all this money, and it's been amazing. And I've been so excited because I haven't had anything amazing like this at all, ever. I've never done a kitchen. And so I'm so cross on the phone. And the guy's just like, it's tough. So I was like, what? Anyway, we got into a bit of an argument. And I'm not normally the arguing type, but 30 hours of no sleep, and that apparent, and an obnoxious man on the phone apparently will wind me up. So he was being a pain in the neck and really rude, and said that there was nothing that he was going to do about it. It was the way the worktop comes, and I was absolutely freaking out. So I said, come and have a look and see what you think. Would you have it in your house? So he was obnoxious. Anyway, eventually he said, I don't know what you want to do about it. There's no resolution. I said, the resolution is it's getting out my kitchen. That's what it is. I don't care what that looks like. It's got to go. So eventually he agreed that the granite company, the worktop company that he'd subcontracted to, would come round. So he rang me back and said that the director of the company was going to come round and talk to me the next day. So I was like, perfect. So he walks in, but he's been obnoxious by the kitchen obnoxious man. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with the worktop. And I said, it's got these massive white patches. I said, the one patch I could live with because I'm going to put the kettle on it. So, okay. But this big main part of my kitchen worktop, the largest part, about more than 2/3, no, maybe that's a bit harsh, maybe half of it is blank with no pattern. I'm not going to live with that. So you need to sort it out. He's refusing to sort it out. So I said, then quote me for a new piece of worktop because I don't want this in my house. So having a very long story short, having then gone away and found another worktop company, I said to them, is it faulty? And they said, it's not faulty. It's just really poor craftsmanship. And guess what? A worktop is like a cabochon slice. You buy the slice and it's got a pattern in it, which in this case is man-made. So you think they'd put the vein throughout, but anyway, they then template it. So it's like our cabochons versus other, I was going to name somebody, other companies' cabochons, where they cut for yield and our cabochons are cut for pattern and beauty. And so this worktop company has cut to get the most out of the slice and not cared that I've got two big blank pits, because they don't care. So, and so apparently I've got absolutely not a leg to stand on. So consumer protection is out the window. I've got no consumer rights because I don't, because poor craftsmanship is my choice for using this kitchen company. I've chosen to use someone who's going to put a cheap worktop in, and I don't have any consumer rights, so I'm absolutely livid. Anyway, so then I left it a week to calm down, and then I've got back in touch with them, and they've now sent me today, having really seriously, the kitchen company won't have anything to do with me, so they've told me I have to do with the worktop company, even though I purchased it from the kitchen company. And so they've sent me some templates of another piece of quartz, saying you're not going to be happy because the join isn't going to go across, but they both have a pattern in them. So, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Anyone got any advice? This is, you're all going to tell me now. This is what happens when you buy a worktop. So let's have a look. It just costs you £7,000 just to replace the doors, Beverly. It's so expensive. That's it. Thought you would get a labradorite worktop. Well, the good thing, the happy part of the story is, Jill, and I know at the moment I'm not naming either the worktop company or the kitchen company, but I'm telling you, if it doesn't go my way, they are going to get named. But when I was in the shop that's trying to help me actually rectify everything, and said, go to the granite workshop and go and pick yourself a massive slab of awesome natural rock. And I was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. But that's going to cost me like minimum £3,500, which I don't have. So unfortunately, if I'd done that in the first place, that would have made me really happy. Anyway, the happy part of the story is I'm in this tile shop, in this worktop shop, and he sells the most amazing tiles. And I walk around the corner and there is a tile of labradorite. And I was like, whoa, like full flash. I was like, whoa, what's this? And he said, it's a ceramic print. And they have printed this massive tile with labradorite. Now that is going to be my downstairs toilet. My whole downstairs toilet is going to be floor to ceiling labradorite. That's it. But on a worktop, I think it would be really hard, Jill, and very expensive. So yeah, it's not good. It's rubbish. It's, yeah. I had this sort of problem, Jenny said. It's rubbish, isn't it? You just think it's such a shame. He's trying to tell the wrong person. He's picked on the wrong person, but I can't do anything about it. So apart from I've been very, very upset, which doesn't help because they don't care. Stick to your guns. Just don't go away. So now today he's come back with two templates saying he wanted me to go to the shop. I won't say where it is because that'll give away who it is. But he wanted me to go to the shop. I said, I don't have time to come all the way to look at a piece of worktop. Well, you're the expert. Tell me, is it going to have a full pattern in it? So I said, send me a photo. So he sent me a photo of two templates, both of which have got veins. But he's saying that it won't match up with the joint on the other one. The joint on the other one is beautiful. The way they've done the joint is amazing, but I still don't want blank patches. And so then I've said, so how much is this going to cost me? Because I presume he's going to charge me to replace the piece that I don't think is up to standard, because he won't class it as faulty. Angela's advising me. Oh, if I have to pay, I am keeping the other piece, and one of you can have it. I'm like, I'm keeping it. So you want him to say to cut it out and then do what, Angela? Oh yeah, you can have my bit and I'll have the new bit and sell it to somebody else. Yeah, that's a good idea. So Angela said to give it back and say that if they want a piece with a hob cutting out or a sink cutting out, they can use that bit. He won't want to use that bit, will he? Because it's rubbish. It's just really rubbish. Yeah, it's just really, it's such a shame. And I don't think I can do that, Randy, because I looked up all my consumer rights, and because they won't say it's faulty, I don't have any. But I just chose the shoddy workman. That's what it says. Even though the reason I bought the kitchen, so I bought the kitchen from a local independent kitchen company who only uses UK manufactured kitchens. And so I was so specific. I price comped against all the big B&Q, Wren, Wicks and everyone. And this guy came out fractionally more, but it was British made. It was a local company. It ticked all the things that I really wanted to support. And that's what screwed me, because if I were dealing with one of the big companies now, I could kick off and they'd just replace it. But this guy doesn't give a damn. So which makes me more cross, really. So I can't threaten them with any finance thing. And also, it's on a credit. So it's on a credit system. So it's not that I can refuse to pay it because it's already been accepted before we started. So would that damage our credit score if we then started arguing with them? It's just, well, bad social media is what Angela's saying, which is what's going to happen if they carry on. But how much clout does that have? You know, most of my followers, and my sister is a TikTok influencer, so she's got a hell of a lot more clout than me because she's got a lot of followers, and hers are probably all over the place. But and also, you know, I feel really mean doing that, even though they screwed me over. Because Carl was like, go on social media, and you know, we've got 100,000 followers. He was like, some of them are going to be thinking about a kitchen. And I was like, I feel it's so damaging to have a review like the one that I would like to leave them, that I just want to give them a chance to fix it. But it's just so against my personality. But it's, you know, it's what it is, isn't it? I don't know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, so disappointed. Sorry, I'm just reading this one. Amazing. I love Labradorite. The Labradorite downstairs toilet will be amazing. You can write a bad review on their website. Their website doesn't appear to have any system of reviews. So I was like, damn it. So yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, it's just. Oh, so Jenny says, I had a black granite with pieces like Labradorite in it, and they cut it wrong, and they got the measurement right. They fitted it appallingly wrong. So we had all this, but eventually they put it right. Then Heather says, kitchens is my main business. I send my clients to the wholesalers to pick the slabs they want. If you want it all to match, you accurately pay extra to have it bookmarked. Thank you, Heather. I wish I'd asked you first, because that's what I thought. Because the second kitchen company that I went to help, they said that because of the nature of the quartz that I'd purchased, they would have quoted to use 2 slabs to make sure I got the patterns that I wanted if they felt the templates wouldn't work. But they said instead of that, they've tried to just get it into 1 slab. That's all they're interested in, is maximizing the yield. And I was like, yeah, see, I knew this from gemstones. I just didn't know it was the same from worktops. That's not true. You have rights. That's why trading standards will give you the wording to use. Okay, so I'll have a look, Jane. Thank you. I think you're allowed to reject products if you think the craftsmanship is poor. It's definitely worth looking into. Yeah, I will have a look then. If it's not what you paid for, you must have a right. Well, they're saying that I saw. So also the other thing that I didn't know when I've been doing all this, sorry, it's not about gemstones at all now, is it? But the other thing that I saw that I didn't realize is that they give you this little sample to look at, which obviously has the vein in it. They didn't tell me at some point, oh, by the way, a massive patch of the slab has no vein. But when the guy showed me it on his website, he said that on the website, the little rectangular picture is the whole slab. So it's like, but it doesn't say that, does it? So he was like, so if you imagine your worktop cut out, I'm like, but you wouldn't know that unless somebody actually told you that. I feel I should have gone to a worktop specialist, not a kitchen guy. So right, thank you. Everybody's helping me. It doesn't confirm the customer requirements. You didn't choose poor craftsmanship knowingly. No, I really went with the kitchen company because they do a high quality kit. I mean, the kitchen is beautiful. It's beautiful. And I think that makes it extra bittersweet, is that I absolutely loved it. I was so excited, and Carl did these awesome lights, and I was like, this is brilliant. This is the best money I've spent. I'm so pleased. And then it all went wrong. Stick to your guns. If it's not what you want, then yeah, if they haven't done it. You can have a credit score corrected. It was on this BBC this morning about the laws. Interesting. Tell us who it is and we'll get behind you, Jill says. Maybe next week. Because also I wanted it sorted before my friend comes with her family, and now it's not, I don't have a sink. I haven't had a sink in my kitchen for 4 weeks. I haven't got a hob. I do have an oven and a fridge now, but I haven't got a sink, and that is tricky. And I was willing, obviously, to live with that while we did it. But now it's been an additional 2 weeks of no sink. And it's hard to wash up. And I'm not moaning, it's third world problems, I know. But I've got a washing up bowl that doesn't fit under the sink in the toilet. So I have to use a pint glass. And every day I'm filling the washing up bowl from the pint glass. It's like camping. So, I mean, I don't mind, but it's just not ideal, is it? And when I'm going to have a house full of visitors, I'm going to have to give them all what. And the other thing is, my friends came over with little children and I filled their squash up from the downstairs toilet sink. And they were like, we don't want water from the downstairs toilet. I'm like, well, it's the same water. And they were like, no. I was like, oh, no. Embarrassing. They say, if you tell 5 people, they tell 5 people. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it might have to be the way, but I'm going to try and be as kind as I can for as long as I can. Don't accept it. It's misleading. But your contract is with the kitchen company and not the worktop company. So they shouldn't be. I know. And that is what it's really hard to know how to handle a really difficult person, because they emailed me and said that they weren't willing to talk to me. I could talk directly to the worktop people. And I just thought, and my immediate response wanted to be, legally, I purchased the item from you and you are responsible for my unhappiness. But if I can get the worktop people just to replace it, and honestly, if I never have to see this guy again, I will be a happy person, because he's so rude. So so I thought we'll give it a chance, but ultimately it's coming back to the kitchen people. They're the ones that I paid the money for too. And if the worktop guys won't sort it out, the kitchen company is the one who's going to get in trouble from me. But it's just so horrible. And so far I haven't let Carl get involved because he's nasty, and he is nasty. And but then I was like, I think you're gonna have to take it, Carl, because I can't. So he's now managed to they were refusing to put the hob in, and then Carl rang them and now they're putting the hob in tomorrow. So that part got done. It's just horrible, isn't it? I know. And then my friend said to me, so I obviously used to work in corporate business, and there I was nasty, because you have to be. So she was like, turn back into nasty, Marie. Just email them and tell them that you're not having it. And I was like, no, but I think nasty Marie's disappeared. I think she's just gone. So, but in there somewhere, if you annoy me enough, I'll probably come out to play. So yeah, it's just a horrible situation. Never mind. Thank you, everybody, for all your advice. I will keep going. If anyone has any, thank you, Jill. It's one of those, Jill. If anyone has any advice and wants to message me with it, I would be very grateful, especially if you know any legal advice or anything that I can use. Hopefully the guy's going to come back and say, we're just going to come and fix it and put the thing in the middle of the wall. So that when I measured the wall, by the way, when Carl measured it, it was 5 millimeters to the left. I thought it was 3 and it was 5. And I was like, that's not bad. It needs to move. So yeah, it's all good. Right. Use AI for strongly worded emails. I think I can word a really nasty email. I just don't feel that I want to be that person, but maybe I have to just be that person. Yeah. Yeah, kindness is overrated. It really is, isn't it? It certainly is in corporate. You can't be kind. It's not a thing. So yeah. Turn up en masse. We'll turn up, Jen says. That's it. All of us are going to turn up and just demand it's fixed and put some beautiful stone in. Right, let me let you go. And thank you. Sorry for ranting there at the end. Yes, thank you so much for your advice. Right, I will be back next week. We've got no Gemma on Monday. I'm not in tomorrow. We've got no Gemma on Monday. We do have cabs launching on Tuesday. I can't remember what they are currently, but they're going to be great because I picked them all. And then I will be back on Thursday with a really good live. So I'm going to see you Thursday. Please make sure you pay your invoices for me over the weekend so that I can get those extra bits ordered from India. Lovely. Brilliant. I will see you soon. Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye.